Meditation is an unending joy. Spreading meditation is an unending work. Hi, I'm Harleen Sandhu, and I welcome you all to the first episode of Spiritual Talk Show. Today, I'm both humbled and excited to introduce our guest, Parinitha Patri. Parinitha Patri learned meditation from her father, Brahmrishi Patriji. She has been meditating since age 4. She has been conducting various workshops and spreading meditation around the globe. Her vision is to spread meditation, to spread more awareness about plant based food, and to bring spiritual empowerment to all humanity. She says we all have the potential and power to change the world by changing ourselves first. She is also the founder of SWAGG, Save Water Go Green movement. SWAGG is a global initiative by Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement inaugurated by Patriji in November 2020 to spread more awareness and to take action to save our mother nature by saving and utilizing our natural resources more economically and wisely. To motivate everyone to adopt plant-based food and to plant more trees. You can visit www.letswag.org for more information. So let's invite her. Hello, Parinitha. A very warm welcome to you.
Hello, Harleen. I'm glad to be here with you, interacting with you, and you have started a beautiful series of interviewing global pyramid masters and coming to a one stage and expressing themselves, talking about their spiritual journeys, and this is wonderful.
Yeah, and I think from this we all can learn. There'll be a lot of wisdom, and we all can transform our life. So that's our goal. So my first question is how your spiritual journey started.
I'm sure everybody knows about it, but nevertheless, I would like to introduce myself again. I was introduced to meditation when I was 4 years old by my father, Brahmashri Pitamaha Patriji. And since then, I didn't know the term of meditation, but he just asked me to go and sit in the corner and close my eyes, and that's it. You just have to close your eyes, because a child wouldn't understand what is meditation and what is observing your breath is. So that's how it started initially, and then it slowly became a practice in our home, where my mother used to meditate for hours together, almost about 18 to 24 hours at a stretch. So that's how it was, and I have grown up in a very spiritual environment, wherein we used to have these weekly sessions, meditation sessions, where my father's friends and my mother's brother used to come and visit home to discuss about spirituality, to practice meditation, and to just experiment. Those experimentation mode was there when we were children. So that's how it started.
Wow. And when did you start spreading meditation, and how was your experience?
It was not like I started meditation, spreading meditation in a certain point, but it was like just a natural thing which came up, wherein I used to share with my friends and colleagues and all the neighbors also about meditation and how to do meditation and the process, why should we do meditation, when and where and all these things. So I used to share all these things. It was not a teaching process, but it was more of a sharing thing that we used to do with friends and all. So that's how it became. And later it became an actual teaching thing.
Any significant experiences in meditation?
To be honest with you, I don't have a single experience in meditation. I don't see colors. I don't see any masters, nothing. I don't have any experience in meditation. Yeah.
After listening to you, a lot of, I think our viewers will relate to it, because I think people think that if you're not seeing any experiences, that they are doing something wrong. So I think if now they can say, if you have not experienced, that means everything is right. It's just meditation doesn't mean you have to have experience. So
absolutely, because you do not compare yourself with anyone. Your experience is your experience. Not having experience is also an experience. So it's better not to compare ourselves with others. Each to its own. Everyone is each to its own. They have their own individual journeys. individual spirituality and the experiences. So yeah.
Have you ever disconnected from your spiritual path?
I wouldn't say disconnected, but I would say that at that particular time when I had to choose a job which wouldn't allow me the time to, read books or do meditation or any of those things, because I was into night shifts for about 5 years. And so I was completely focused on the job that I had on hand, because income is very necessary for for survival. So I had to do that. So at that particular point, I would say that I distanced myself from spirituality, but then I came back again after I quit from my job after 7 years of working in MNCs.
Wow. And what are your thoughts on introducing meditation to kids at a very young age?
Kids, yes, kids need to be taught meditation at a very, very, very young age. I would say start from the mother's womb. And that is the reason why teaching children from a young age is very, very crucial, so that by the time that they get married and they are ready to, give birth to children, they're already enlightened. So we need more and more enlightened parents, so that the teaching, the spiritual teachings or the meditation or all the things that, for a baby to become spiritually oriented, that education needs to start from the womb itself. So that is very, very important. And that is the reason why I'm focusing on children to do meditation, to know about themselves, to get educated on spirituality, and how one needs to develop their intuition and focus on their mind. And like they have to follow the intuition with the shadow of their minds. So both of them need to go together. The mind and the heart needs to go together. And that is the kind of education that the children need to have, so that the moment comes when they are ready to become mothers, they are enlightened, and they are physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually matured, understand, and their understanding levels are increased, and they are spiritually aware and enlightened, so that they can give birth to great masters. We need more and more great masters on this earth, and that is where we need to go.
Yeah, that's a great insight. I must say that my daughter, she's 7 years old, and she does meditation like 5 to 10 minutes a day, but it's almost like 6, 7 months now. And I have not seen enough more changes, but I've seen she's very calm now. She doesn't have that many tantrums she used to have earlier. And she doesn't react. She's starting responding to stuff. Like, earlier she used to react for everything. And I've seen now she responds rather than reacting. So yes, everyone should get their kids into meditation. Yeah.
Yes.
I think I started late. I started at her at 5. I think we should start a little earlier. So, and you're right, we should start with the womb. So that's true. There are a lot of misconceptions about spirituality. People think, if you have to come to a spiritual path, you have to leave your worldly things. What does spirituality means to you?
Spirituality is all about balance for me. You need to balance everything in your life in the right way. Spirituality for me is to be able to understand yourself better and better and better, and go deep within, not without. So spirituality is all about delving within, deep within yourself, so that you really know what you are, who you are, and to realize your true self. We have covered ourselves with layers and layers of not self, that the self is somewhere deep within, hidden deep within. And the more we, take off all the layers of the not self, we realize ourself, true self. So that is what spirituality is for me. It's all about going within and taking off all the layers of the not self. And it's not about leaving anything. It's all about being where you are. You know what they say, bloom where you are planted. So you need to really bloom where you are planted. That is where you are, whatever situations that you are in, whatever family that you're in, that is where you need to be, and balance everything and go ahead with your life.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You're rightly said balance. Even if your body, if one of the organs is overreacting, the balance moves in, everything, disease came in. So yeah, so I think all the people out there who thinks coming to spirituality, they have to leave everything, is nothing, that just we just need to balance. And meditation teaches us that balance. So, and how did the concept of swag came to your mind?
That's my favorite question, though. So yes. I treat swag as my baby. So because it was found in November 2020, but 2 months earlier, I was driven towards Mother Earth. I don't know. I suddenly got that inclination towards Mother Earth. Earlier, I never used to have. Earlier, whatever what I was doing was, if somebody used to waste water, I used to really like close the water tap, close the water tap. I used to do that. But then in September and October, I started feeling very strongly connected towards the Mother Earth, and I was like, we need to do something. We need to start bringing awareness. We need to start motivating action towards saving Mother Earth. So that inclination has brought me towards thinking in that perspective. And I actually gathered a small team, and we came up with this name called SWAGG, because that is SWAGG is something that name is something that attracts the youth. And because the youth is what we need to target at, because they are our future, they are our future parents. So SWAGG came in, and immediately Patriji had disclosed this to the entire world, to all the PSSM masters, that what, this is a project called SWAGG, and we need to save water and go green and adopt plant-based food, and we need to plant trees and all that. So that is how it started. It started in November 2020 with 3 main objectives, if I have to say: save water, adopt plant-based food, and plant trees. Simple as that.
Will you explain more about swag? Actually more about plant-based food, because when you say plant-based food, there's a lot of misconception. People think just being a vegetarian is a plant-based food. But I was hearing you that day, you were saying even no animal product, like not even dairy and honey. So can you explain us on that?
Definitely, because when we say plant-based food, it has to be only plant-based food. Nothing from the animals need to be consumed. We have a lot of misconceptions about our health. If we don't consume that, then what will happen? If we don't consume this, then my health will get deteriorated. And this is healthy for me, this is not healthy for me. So we have so many myths and misconceptions about food, or rather, I would not say food, but they say food from the animals. So I always focus on the 5 things which we need not consume from animals, which is meat, fish, eggs, dairy, and honey. If I have to come to dairy, then there's so much of suffering that the cows and the buffaloes and the calves are going through because of this process of procuring milk from them. They are impregnated forcefully. These are, about this term called artificial insemination. They do it forcefully, and they are made to be pregnant their entire life. And the calves are, taken away, snatched away from their mothers. And you can imagine, a mother knows that how it feels to be forcefully impregnated, and how it feels to have, the baby in your body for 9 months, and the labor pains. And just imagine the plight that the mothers have when the babies are taken away from them. Lots of emotional, mental, and physical torture that they are going through, just because we want our milk. And once they are not, producing milk, they are thrown away in the trash. And we can see so many cows and buffaloes on the streets eating plastic for survival. So the calves, the female calves, are again sent back to the dairy industry, the cycle, the dairy industry, that's what we said, the industry. And then the male calves, they're not of any use. So they slaughter them and sell the meat to the market, and they use the skin for our, leather purses and all that. So we and India is the largest producer of beef, largest exporter of. Yes, India is the largest exporter of beef to other countries. And that's because of overbreeding of cows, because of dairy industry. And then, yeah, it's all a cycle. So that's what happens. And the honey, when it comes to honey, there are so many industries which manipulate the queen bees, which crush the bees, and most of the bees are killed in the process of procuring the honey. And we really do not need honey. It's for their own survival that they make honey for themselves, not for us. So we can be healthy without all these animal products. And there has been a scientific statement saying that the milk has calcium. Definitely, yes, calcium is there. But along with that, it has pus, it has hormones, and it has all the, they are injected, and all the juices are secreted into the milk. And as we all know, a mother's milk is made through blood. The blood is, transforms itself into milk. So we really do not need all these things. And if you're really focusing on calcium, almond milk has 50% more calcium than dairy milk. So there are many, many alternatives to milk as well, like almond milk, cashew milk, soya milk, oats milk, rice milk, walnut milk. So many milks are there. Yeah.
After listening to me, my daughter, when I weaned her off from my milk, she never started drinking cow milk. So I went to the doctor, I think 6 years ago, and I asked doctor, she's not drinking milk because we have that belief system, that kids have to drink milk. And I remember he saying me that cow's milk is only for cow babies. You don't need to worry. Once she weaned off your milk, she's fine. And even these days, a lot of pediatricians, they're telling a lot of parents that, once a child is in 9 to 10 years of age, that to make sure that they are eating less animal products because the hormones, puberty is coming pretty early. So yeah, that does make sense. And also, there are a lot of, I think not misconception, fear that if we get into plant-based food, especially, if we get into vegan, we'll get less nutrients and less minerals. There's not many nutrients. What do you say about that?
See, vegan food is full of minerals, full of vitamins and everything. One need not worry. You just need to know the trick of balanced nutrition. Once you know the trick of balanced nutrition from vegan food, you have hit the jackpot, and you know how to balance your food, balance your vitamins and nutrients in a balanced meal. You need to balance your meal. There are some, recipes or diets that you can follow, the vegan diets, where you are getting the exact amount of nutrients, exact amount of vitamins that your body needs. So that's what it is. And I personally think from the animal's perspective. So see, when I would like to bring in the karma concept also over here. Saying that if you are contributing to an animal suffering, then that is, that goes into the karma.
Very true.
So your health is based on karma. So you are actually having those food that is coming from an animals by making them suffer, and you want to stay healthy. But your karma is adding up over there, and your health for the future is dependent on your karma. So what are we doing as of now? What are we doing here? Like you're actually making animals suffer so that you can be healthy, and creating bad karma over there. And then tomorrow, what guarantee is there that your health will be good because of doing so much of karma? So, that's where it comes from.
Is there any website our viewers can go on and have more information on plant-based food and all what you just talked about, just to?
Currently, I do not have any website regarding plant-based food, but we are actually building up our website, which is www.letswag.org, and we are trying to add up as many vegan recipes. I would not say vegan, rather but plant-based recipes over there, so that people can, go into our website and see what all they can eat without hurting any animals. So that will be coming up soon. We're still building on our website though.
Yeah, that will be a great, I think, help to everyone. Like people like us who are lazy, doesn't want to do anything, they can just go get up a recipe and make and eat. Okay.
Yeah.
And what, according to you, what is the key to transformation for any person?
Transformation happens when you start applying the spiritual principles into your life. You may read 1,000 books, you may listen to so many speeches, but unless and until you actually apply those principles that you believe in into your actual life, if I talk about karma, all right, how will it transform your life? How will it make you more responsible and do good karma? It's just that if karma is just an idea that you have, it will not transform you. If karma can be tasted, chewed, gulped, and digested and made as your flesh and bones and blood, that will transform you. If you can make meditation your flesh and blood and bones, then it will transform you. So you need to really, it should not be a vague concept that, this is what it is. You need to have it in you. That will transform you. So that is what it is. And we need to really master ourselves. So Patriji always says, be a master, be a master, be a master. So we need to really master our bodies. When I say bodies, it is physical, emotional, and mental. We tend to talk of training our bodies or dealing with our bodies or controlling our emotions or whatnot. But then do not fall into the trap. We need to really master our bodies. And then if you want to really transform yourself and go onto the right path, then we need to follow our hearts. Once you follow your heart, once you follow your intuition, because Patriji always says, your heart is the soul is your heart. So you need to really make your heart bloom and set your heart on fire. And that is where you have transformed.
You're also the co-founder of Swadhyaya Yoga. So according to you, what are the impact of books in one's life?
Books, wow. Amazing topic. So books have played a very, very, very vital role in my life. Books have answered so many of my questions that I had in my life. Why is this happening? Why is it happening? Why not this? Why not this? So books have really helped me in finding the right solution for my problems, you can say, or my confusions or my doubts or my questions or whatever. So books have been my guide all through my life till now. And there are so many books which have influenced me. When I was a child, I read this book called Golden Childhood by Osho. That was my first ever book. I'm very lazy at reading books. So that was my first ever book. And then when I grew up, then we got introduced to Torkam Saradarian books, which gave us many, many, many insights into what life is. He has written over 150 plus books, and still there are manuscripts which need to be printed. So we have learned much from that author, Torkam Saradarian, and his 2 books have influenced me very much. One is Woman Torch of the Future, and the other one is Sex, Family, and Women in Society. So it has completely shifted my perspective about relationships or family or women or anything of that sort. So that has helped me a lot in changing my perspective and thereby changing my experience altogether.
Which books you recommend to the beginners, like you just started reading and came into this path? So there are a lot of good authors out there, but for the beginners who are not very good readers and they want to read books and they want to understand that book, so which books do you recommend?
I would recommend the books written by Patriji himself. He has written a book called Be a Master and Tulasi Dalam, and he has written so many books. So I would suggest that one should start with the books written by Patriji himself. So that will bring a good perspective of spirituality and meditation. And I think we should all start with the books written by Patriji.
Okay. According to you, what are the most important qualities of the person who meditates?
The qualities of a person who meditates. A meditator automatically develops certain qualities: compassion, love, inclusiveness, humility, generosity, gratitude, patience, tolerance. So these are all the attributes which a meditator cultivates in themselves. So there's a concept which says that we are all climbing a hill called spirituality. Okay, and the more we get closer to each other, that means we are getting to the peak of the mountain, to the summit of the mountain. The more we are divided within ourselves, then we are still at the we are still at the the foot of the mountain. So that's what it says. And these are some things which we need to cultivate. We need to cultivate group consciousness. We need to cultivate cooperation. We need to cultivate understanding. We need to cultivate so many things, like we need to be compassionate towards each other. We need to be helpful to each other. We need to develop listening more than talking. So these are so many attributes that a meditator will be cultivating as he goes on his journey.
What are your thoughts on ahimsa?
Ahimsa.
On animals, or because I was listening to somewhere where you talked ahimsa, not only animals, of course, is the biggest part, but there were other concepts you introduced too. So can you tell us about that?
Definitely. Ahimsa can be on physical level, emotional level, and also on mental level. So as we all know, ahimsa on the physical level, like it's harmlessness, where we do not put anything into our mouth which is the product of himsa, and we do not harm anyone with our actions or speech. So that is called as physical ahimsa. And as far as emotional ahimsa goes, it is all about hatred is himsa, and jealousy is himsa. And there are so many things that negative emotions that we carry in our emotional bodies, which is also called as the astral body. So the things that we carry in our emotional body, the negative emotions that are totally himsa, then we are doing emotional himsa to others, emotionally being harmful to others. So we need to be completely emotionally ahimsa. So in order to be totally ahimsa in our emotional body, we need to have only two emotions in our emotional body. One is love and one is compassion. That's it. If you have only these two emotions in your emotional body, then you're a totally emotionally ahimsa person. And we come to the mental level of ahimsa. When we talk about mental ahimsa, there needs to be no ego, no greed, no vanity, no animosities, no separativeness. So if you do not have all these things, then you're actually mentally harmless to any person or any living being, or even to the Mother Earth. So we need to be harmless in all the three levels. And that is how you become a totally ahimsa person. You're a package of ahimsa.
Wow, it's such a deep subject. Like when we say ahimsa, we think if you're not killing animals, we are we are a harmless person. But that is so, I think, power packed what you said, that it's just, I think we need to sit on it and really think about it. What are your future projects? Like one, you're doing SWAGG, then you have the SWAGG Warriors. Can you talk about SWAGG Warriors as well?
Whoever is passionate to save Mother Earth is a SWAGG warrior. You don't need to be given a badge for that. You don't need to be given a title for that. If you are concerned about Mother Earth, or if you want to do something about Mother Earth, however small it is, you are a SWAGG warrior. And we have recently started this Junior SWAGG Warriors program, wherein we are educating children towards the environment, how to protect environment, how to save water, how to love animals, and how to plant trees, and so many things that we are, inculcating in children by doing various activities like storytelling and, contests and games and competitions, so that they cultivate this habit of conserving the Mother Earth along with meditation. Meditation is a very, very, very important factor for children. So we are having meditation classes as well as conservation of Mother Earth programs together, so that they are all, completely educated on both the aspects.
So how can one register to junior swag programs if they want their kids to register there?
We are actually promoting the program on Facebook and Instagram as well. So we have a swag page which is called as Let's Swag. So if you are on Facebook, please go to my Facebook page, which is Let's Swag, and even on Instagram, it is also called as Let's Swag. So if you're on Instagram or Facebook, please get in touch with me through these platforms, and we will let you know when the programs are happening, and we will let you know what the Zoom sessions are, and because it's happening every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. India time, IST. So you can join in there. You can allow your children to join the session so that they can be educated in meditation as well as conservation of Mother Nature.
So friends, don't forget, go to Facebook right now. Any future projects you're working on?
Currently, we are not having any other projects, but we are focusing more into meditation classes and swag programs. We are planning to conduct the campaigns for World Children's Day, which is on November 20th. And so we are, we are planning to have campaigns for Diwali to protect the environment by stopping the air pollution, by not bursting the crackers. So I mean, these are the things that are going as per the project called SWAG. So it's just meditation and SWAG right now. So my meditation sessions along with SWAG programs are currently the program. If at all there are any new projects, I will be the first person to let you know about them.
Yeah, sure. And you conduct a lot of meditation classes around the globe too, right? And how can people register to that classes?
As I say, I have my profile on Facebook and Instagram also. Parinitha Patri, it is there on Facebook, on Instagram. You can reach me out there. And if you want to sign up for meditation programs, even on PSSGA, I'm conducting certain courses. So you can also enroll yourself in PSSGA or PSSM Global. So that's where you can reach me. And if you really want to get in touch with me, and then you can email me at parinitha@pssmglobal.org.
Thank you so much, Parinitha, for so great insights today. Before you go, if you could provide our viewers one key takeaway that we haven't yet touched upon, what would that be? If you want to summarize all this, what we said, one takeaway, so people can just remember that.
I would repeat what Patriji has said, that you create your own reality.
That is so true.
You create your own reality, and we need to be grateful for what we have in our life, because when we are grateful, we are happy, and we do not have any complaints in our life. So you create your own reality in every aspect of our life. So it can be your physical body, it can be your emotional body, it can be your mental body, it can be your spiritual journey. It can be what you want to do, what you want to decide, whatever it is, you create your own reality, and you and only you and you are responsible for where you are, what you are, how you are. So take responsibility for yourself and create the reality that you want. Create the beautiful future that you want. And that is my message for everyone, that, create your own reality. You are here because of what you have done in your past, your karma, whatever it may be. But this is the moment that you have right now as a gift, as a present, that you do the best, you give your best, you're harmless in every way possible, and thereby your future will be beautiful.
Thank you so much, Parinitha, for such a great wisdom and great insights. I hope our viewers will like it and they'll follow, especially this create or your own reality. Thank you so much for coming to our show today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harleen. Thank you so much for having me in this interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining me today. We have many great pyramid masters participating in our upcoming episodes. So stay tuned, be cautious, stay miraculous, keep meditating. And don't forget to subscribe to PMC Global. And for PSSM courses, go to www.pssga.org. Thank you. See you soon.